got what? How many comics do we say? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I think one's on the way. So we got 6 comics that are going to try their best to make you laugh. What do you think about that? Kelly, are you with me?
Yeah.
I pissed you off, didn't I? I'll come and apologize. I'll write a letter of apology. I will. Okay, so our first comic, ladies and gentlemen, I worked with a bunch of times. He's been here at Catch a bunch of times also. Let's get some excitement, ladies and gentlemen, my friend Ray DiTomasso!
Thank you. I'd like to learn how to operate a microphone. Okay, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for being here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, you, and you. Now that I got that out of the way, how is everybody doing?
Great.
Yes! That's what I wanted to hear. Me, I'm not doing that good. I've been drinking a lot lately. I got a lot on my mind, and I drink mostly to forget. Yeah. But it doesn't work. If I can remember why, I would tell you. I would tell you why it doesn't work. So how's everybody doing? Yeah. Me, not so good. I've been drinking a lot. I think mostly to forget. But it doesn't, I never mind. I'm going to get help for that. In fact, I'm actually seeing a psychologist now. Yeah, I'm seeing a psychologist. Well, in my head, I'm seeing one. Yeah, whenever I feel normal, I imagine up this really hot psychologist chick. Man, she is good. Every time I see her, she's like, yeah, man, you're a little tense. You need to relax, big boy. Why don't you go over there on that couch and I'll analyze you? And I always end up embarrassing myself in front of her somehow. I'm not going to tell you how. You can take that home. You'll think of it later. And thank you. Or not come back to see me anymore. Anyway, actually, I did call up a psychologist. I said, hey, listen, I really don't want to come into your office. I want to know, do you do house calls? And he told me, he said, no, but I do bird calls. Cuckoo. Yeah, crazy bastard. I had to sue somebody, so I hired this fancy hotshot Jewish lawyer, and he called me up one day and said, Red, I've got a great settlement for you. So I said, yeah, man, I'll take it. Now I have to move to the Gaza Strip. And not even one of the nice neighborhoods, one of the bad neighborhoods. I should have held out for the Upper East Side. That's a Jewish joke. I took my daughter to the zoo, and they had one of those animatronic dinosaur exhibits, you know, with the robot dinosaurs, you know. And she was doing fine. She wasn't actually afraid of anything. And we were walking along. All of a sudden, she looks up, and then she runs. And I'm like, what the heck is this all about? So I look up, and hanging up on some wires is one of those pterodactyls. Yeah, one of those pterodactyls. My little girl ran, she saw that, she ran away. She was terrified. And that joke is too big. So how about this weather, huh? Is this weather crazy or what? I mean, last year we had that hurricane, right? And knocked all the trees over, right? And then right after that, we had like a little tiny after hurricane, and it knocked all the trees over again, right? And then last winter, we had that blizzard, right? That was crazy, right? There's still some people snowed in from that, okay? That was serious, right? And now we got this, well, last 2 weeks we had that taste of what hell is going to be like for us. That was brutal. And today's winter, right? So, you know who said something about the New England weather? It was that guy, Mark Twain. Back in his day, he said something. He said, if you don't like the weather in New England, and I think this is how Mark Twain sounded. If you don't like the weather in New England, wait a minute. Yeah, he said that. I think if he was around now, he would probably word that a little differently. It would maybe something more like, if you don't like the weather in New England, fuck off. Leave me alone, I'm fucking tired. I'm only kidding. I don't think that's how Mark Twain sounded. Hey, you guys know what's funny? No, really, do you? Because I obviously don't. I thought I did. I should have got. I was standing over there on the side of the stage. Like, man, I'm a comedian. I'm going to go out there and make them guys laugh. Does anybody have like a funny video they want me to explain on your phone? No. All right, I'll keep telling my lame jokes. I lived in a small town, Uxbridge, really small town. One day they dropped off a phone book at my house. Really, really thin phone book, like the thinnest phone book I had ever seen. And I was looking at it thinking, man, this phone book is so small, I could probably memorize all the numbers in this book. And I did. It took me a month. I memorized all of them. Let's see. Here they are. There's 0, 1, 2, 3. But listen, they go up to like 9 or something, all right? Just trust me on that. There was a bunch of letters in there too, but I don't have time for that shit. Santa Claus. He knows when you've been sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows when you've been good or bad. He was actually George Bush's first choice for Director of Homeland Security. And that joke killed when Bush was president. And I should stop using it. A buddy of mine told me, hey, I'm going to open up a pawn shop. And I told him, man, you're crazy. You're never going to make any money selling just that particular chess piece. Most people want the whole set. I tried to tell him. Most people want the whole set. So I thought I need to be rich. I thought, man, I have to be an inventor. I can be an inventor. I have to invent something. So I sat around brainstorming, running stuff through my mind, and brainstorming. All of a sudden, this great idea for a light bulb popped into my head. Just popped into my head. I wish I knew how to make one of those things. I'd be fucking rich. Somebody told me, Ray, what you need to do is dress for success. I told him, man, I am dressed for success. I have never been arrested for indecent exposure. Come close a couple times. But the cops don't check people's front yards as much as they think they should. For passed out drunks. Somebody told me, Ray, you should live each day of your life like it was your last day on earth. And I do. I spend all day making funeral arrangements. Yeah. So, has anybody besides you two tried that online dating thing on YouTube? And you, Bob, on YouTube? It's just me? Yeah, I had some luck with that. It's not bad. You never know what you're going to meet. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, but I wanted to give it a shot, so I did. I've had some success there. Nothing permanent, but, you meet who you meet. Like, I met this one girl. And we were chatting in that little chat forum, and she said, hey, man, Ray, I think I've gotten to know you pretty good. Do you want to come out with me? I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll come out with you. So I met up with her, and she took me to a gay bar. Yeah, they had some type of big party for her. I'm like, what the heck is this all about? She was with this girl all night, and I thought I was going to get lucky with a three-way. But I still wanted to impress her. I spent all night making out with guys just to impress her. I'm not even into that. Yeah, come on with this. Anyway, I met this other girl, and we started to get friendly. We'd see each other. We started to get really a little closer and closer. And one day she whispered to me, she said, Ray, you know what I really like? I like morning sex. And I'm like, yes, I love morning sex, right? Eventually we began, having sex with each other, but the only time we did it was at wakes and funerals. Yeah. I should have asked us, hey, take a walk on the wild side. I met this other girl, and we were chatting, and we talked about where we're from, and she said, hey, Ray, you know what? I live right near you. Why don't you come on over? So I did. I met her house in like 5 minutes flat. And she met me at the door. She was dressed all sexy and whatnot. And she said, hey, Ray, listen, before you come in, I have to know, do you like cats? And I just looked at her and I said, no, not really. She said, fine, I'll cook spaghetti instead. I'm only kidding. I like cats. I'm going to do this joke. I don't know how much time I have. It's 8 o'clock. I don't know how much time I have. I'm going to do this joke. I haven't done this joke in a long time. I'm going to do it. I know you're going to boo me off the stage. But a funny thing happened to me. I ran over a bird. I did. I ran over a bird. I thought that was strange because I would think, you can't really do that. It's a bird, And if you're a bird and you're on the street and you see a car coming, at the very least, you should consider the pros and cons of what it means to be a bird, right? I mean, like one of the pros of being a bird is I can fly anytime I want, flappity, flappity, fly away. And of course, one of the cons of being a bird is really not that smart. Yeah, so my guess is that this bird saw my car coming, and it went over the list of pros and cons of being a bird, but it started with the cons, and I hit it. Yeah. I felt kind of bad, 'cause I'm an animal lover. If anybody in the audience feels bad, you can go ahead and take a moment of silence. So this guy walks into a bar, right? He walks up to the bartender, he tells the bartender, I'll have a beer. So the bartender gets a beer, opens it up and hands it to the guy, because that's what the guy ordered, a beer. So what, you guys really do want that moment of silence? Look, you gotta take it. This was not a fancy bird by any means. Now, it's not like I was careening through the zoo, chasing down spotted owls and peacocks, okay? This was just a plain, ordinary, everyday street bird. Well, now it is. Funny story, funny thing, right? I stopped my car to see if I could help this bird, and I don't know what I, was thinking. It's not like I run some type of, veterinary ambulance service. It's not like I'm some ornithological doctor with my little birdie first aid kit. Hey, bird, are you all right? I can help. What the hell am I going to do? But still, I said I'm an animal lover. So I went and checked it out. I walked up to the bird, and I checked him out. To my surprise, this bird was still singing. He was still singing. He was a little flat, but... My name is DiTomasso. Enjoy the rest of the show.
DiTomasso, ladies and gentlemen, come on, give me over a ring. He's trying to make you laugh. A little flat. I like that. A little flat. So I heard Ray talking about the weather. How this weather's been nice. What do we got friggin' today?